The member from Lanark, Frontenac, Lennox and Addington.
Speaker, on a point of privilege. Speaker, today private members' business will be debated and many of those bills may pass second reading today. However, those movers will be asked to refer a bill to a committee that has not yet been duly constituted by this House. Under these conditions, we are in fact demanding of members to make uninformed decisions and without the requisite knowledge or legislative approval. This invariably will be detrimental and may prejudice the members in their further discussions on their private members' business. This clearly disadvantages all members of this House. The introduction of bills without an approved motion to populate the legislative committees, in my view, constitutes a breach of privilege and demonstrates a level of neglect for both the members of the Legislative Assembly and their constituents. The government appears to not have regard for the importance of having our committees duly constituted in a timely fashion so that members can knowledgeably refer their private members' bills and motions to an appropriate committee at time of second reading. As of today, the government has not yet brought a motion to populate the legislative committees with members of this House. One of the things new members are often told upon coming into this legislature is that much of the work of the legislature is done not in the House, but in committees. Committees are a crucial and essential component of our parliamentary system. Committees are, in fact, due process of the legislative system. Members are not able to do their work nor serve their constituents properly until committees are duly constituted by this House. Now, Speaker, I understand in the standing orders the government does have 10 days to constitute those committees. However, this is also a minority government, and unlike a majority government where the population of the committees may not be that important at the time when the government is in control of those committees, in a minority parliament it is indeed fundamental that these committees are populated promptly. Speaker, due to the urgency of this matter, as members are preparing for second reading of their bills, and in the absence of a motion to duly constitute the standing committees of this House, I believe that this matter constitutes a matter of privilege, and I would ask you to rule upon this. Thank you.
Thank you, member.
I want to thank the member for submitting the written portion of his discussion for my consideration, so I shall rule. The issue raised by the member from Lanark, Frontenac, Lennox and Addington has in fact been a matter for recent discussion among those around this place who have the role or interest in the business of the House. First, what the member raises is more appropriately a point of order and not a point of privilege, so I will address it as such. Standing Order 108 provides for the appointment of the membership of the committees within the first 10 sessional days of Parliament. Today is, of course, only the 4th day of this new Parliament, and so the member simply does not have a valid point of order. However, let me address the issue in a little more detail for the member. The committees of this legislature, and there are 9 of them provided for in the standing orders, exist as permanent bodies by virtue of their continuing orders of reference in the Standing Order 108. Without membership, however, the committees are obviously unable to perform any work. As mentioned, though, the House has given itself 10 days to assign members to its committees. As permanent subordinate bodies of the legislature, the committees are able to receive referrals of bills and other matters as the House sees fit to make, whether or not the committee membership has been struck. Indeed, the very structure of the standing orders contemplates that this can happen in that the House can consider business during its first 10 sitting days that could result in a referral to one of its committees. If it does, such a committee is fully eligible to receive business from the House, even without presently having members assigned to it at this time. Its members, once appointed, will simply inherit the agenda items that preceded them to the committee. As the member has pointed out, this could even happen today in private members' business. I would point out that, in fact, this has already happened today. A few moments ago, the Minister of Finance tabled the 2011-2012 estimates. Upon being tabled, they have been referred to the Standing Committee on Estimates by virtue of Standing Order 59. This is perfectly in order, as would be the scenario that the member has raised. And I thank the member for his presentation.